Flipping houses is a stupid idea. You're creating one payday, not recurring income. You're working, not investing. And you're paying way too much tax.
I'm Adam.
I'm Jess.
We're forthelandlords.com.
If you're a landlord, or you want to be, you want to start, scale, or optimize a portfolio, we're going to help you get more money, less hassle, and your time back. This channel is for you.
Okay, let's get into it then. So why is flipping houses a stupid
I
idea?
love this topic.
Really
You're going to get so many comments. If you disagree with me vehemently, stick it in the comments below. People go, I don't want to deal with tenants. You're talking rubbish. You can make loads of money flipping a house. It's going to happen. And yeah, you're all wrong. You're all absolutely wrong.
Well, you can make good money doing it.
Nah, I've flipped houses. I might even flip a house again. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I'll tell you why. All the way through this video, we're going to imagine you've got a pot of cash. Of course you have, and you're thinking, I'm going to flip a house. But let's look at the alternative, which is buying a house. You're already competent to buy a good deal. If you're thinking of flipping a house,
Yeah.
do it up and flog it on and make some profit. Of course, that's a flip. Yeah. So you think you can do that? Brilliant. Let's do it differently. Let's take the same pot of cash, and instead of buying a house, doing it up and flipping it on, buy a buy-to-let, try and get a good price for it, get a bargain, do it up, same job, and then don't flip it on. Keep it, refinance the money back out, got your pot back, go buy another one and another one. And imagine you've got a pot of cash and you're going to do the flip. You could probably split that pot of cash up into, I don't know where you are and how much money you've got, but I would imagine between 3 and 10 times, because a flip is expensive. Yeah, it's big.
If you can do a prop one, don't think about doing 100 grand.
Don't do a 100 grand flip. Don't buy a cheap little house, spend 20 grand on it.
Also, please don't do it with bridging finance, things like that. If you're going to do a flip, you need to be doing all your own money.
Yeah. So look, you've got £1 million, and maybe you're looking at buying a £700,000 house, spending 300 grand on it, and flipping it on for 1.5. Yeah, something like that. Maybe you take a zero off it and somewhere in between, but don't do a real cheap house. But anyway, you've got that big pot of cash. Think what you could do if you split that up, and instead of buying one flip, bought 3, 4, or 5 buy-to-lets in the same way as you were going to do the flip. Buy it cheap, add value, but keep it. So many more benefits. So the benefits are, well, first of all, you can find that buy-to-let. So finding the flip, is hard.
Yeah.
You know it's hard. They don't grow on trees. Terrace houses don't grow on trees, but they're all lined up down the street ready for you to buy. You can find a bargain. That £500,000 house you're going to flip on, there's not many of them. There's loads of terrace houses that you can rent out. Yeah. Find one that needs doing up, get it for a bargain price, add some money to it, which is the same process you're talking about doing anyway. And then not only have you found it quicker, you've done the work quicker, haven't you? It's not a big renovation. It's not, you don't have to think about marble floors, gold-plated taps and electric gate. You don't have to think about it. It's just a little refurb, makeover. You can do that. It doesn't cost quite so much money, not as much money on the line. And then instead of having to wait to sell the flip, you do a refinance like that and the money's in your bank 4 weeks later. Done. You've got the same money again and you go buy another house and another house. You're investing on your balance sheet directly.
Yeah, that's true.
If you sold that flip, 2 things happen, probably 3 things. First of all, you've got to pay tax on it. If you refinance it, you've made that profit for sure, but it's equity on your balance sheet without tax. No other investment vehicle allows you to do that apart from property. The next thing you have to do after you pay the tax, it's the worst thing ever. You've got to do it all over again, and that's just work. Whereas if you can keep building your buy-to-lets together, it's work to do it, but one day you stop, and not only are the assets that, if you flip it, you say goodbye to it, but you didn't say goodbye to it, so they're now going up in value over the time, and you're getting the benefit of that, but you're also getting rent coming in, and it allows you to stop working, and flipping houses is working. That's why I don't like flipping houses.
Moving on then. So point 2 was really, you're not working, you're investing, but what I actually think is the timescales. So a lot of people, when they're doing a flip, they think it's going to take about a year, all said and done, finding a house, doing it up, and then getting it sold. there's a few things you need to be aware of. One, if you've done it all really quickly and you've still not even owned the house for 6 months yet, a person trying to buy it will probably not be able to get a mortgage because the banks will go, hold on, the current person's only owned it for 5 months. There's an issue there.
You'll be lucky to get it in 6 months.
Well, you would, but I'm just saying that. However, let's say it's taken 8-9 months and then it goes on the market, you're not guaranteed to get your money out straight away. First buyer could take 3 or 4 months and then fall through.
Yep.
They could get stuck in it. There could be a chain involved somewhere.
Yep.
There's no guaranteed timeline on your exit.
Absolutely not. And you've got all your eggs in one basket with one buyer. Like Adam says, it could fall through. A guaranteed refinance, I mean, nothing's guaranteed, of course not. But even if you get a bad survey or the mortgage company downvalued it, you've got something. You've got a bit of something. You can probably move on or get a revaluation. It's so much more certain to get a refinance than it is to try and sell.
I just thought of something else as well. A lot of people who do flips are kind of like, they're not a professional builder, a flipper, if you like. If you're making a lot of changes to that house and you haven't got all the right building regs, all the right sign-offs, and someone comes along to buy
There's loads of questions
your really expensive, beautiful house with a mortgage, and then their solicitor starts raising all these queries, and you've reconfigured a layout here, built an extension there. Yeah, you really need to know what you're doing.
It's definitely a thing. If people call it,
like I say, it's a job.
This is a builder's flip can be when you're looking as a consumer to buy the thing, it can be attractive. But solicitors and mortgage companies are super wary of them because they know a cardboard builder doing a quick flip, a cosmetic, they'll ask the questions. Have you got this regs? Have you got that? Show me the certificate for this. And let's face it, they can be a bit shoddy if you're trying to make a quick work out of it. It can be a problem. So you'll definitely face more hurdles throughout the conveyancing. That's definitely why it takes longer.
All right, and then point 3 was taxation. You did touch on it already, but let's just reiterate that.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people don't realise the benefits of putting a mortgage on a house.
Well, so let's think about, you bought the house, you did it up, you sold it, you've got to pay tax on that day one. You're done. There you go. It's either capital gain, or if you're doing it regularly, it's a trading profit.
Yeah.
So you've got a profit that you've got to pay tax on. Good, you might say. If you're saying, I want to do flips, that's the point. You're looking for a profit. That's the point. Now, that is work, and you make some money, and you pay tax on money you made from work. Makes sense. Now, do exactly the same thing for a house to rent, and it's a different type of house. We've already said that. Instead of buying this one big one, you're buying a few smaller ones, which I think is easier to deal with and tie quicker and more, all those things we said. But now you're making a profit. If you took that little house, there's no point in doing this, and I've just told you not to, but you take it and you sell it and you make profit, exactly the same situation. You pay 3 lots of tax on 3 little deals instead of the one big one. But you don't have to. Let's refinance it. So it's worth more than you paid for it, including what you paid for the property and what you paid for the work, for the renovation. So this would be profit. Purchase price, work, it's now worth this. That would be profit. That's what you'd pay tax on. If you get a valuation of this, a loan of this, which is what you paid for it, that money goes back into your bank account so you can carry on and do it again. That money, you'd have to pay tax on that if you sold it. Well, no, it's just equity sat on your balance sheet, isn't it? Where else do you get to do that? You're making the business of making money inside the tax efficient wrapper of your limited company, that probably limited company, that you're building your property portfolio in. You're directly investing on the balance sheet of your retirement fund. Doesn't get any better than that. Plus, it's going up in value. You're making money every month from the rent. Doesn't get any
better. There we go. All right then. So today's hot take: why flipping is stupid.
So don't buy assets for a quick payday. Buy assets that pay you forever. If you are put off by the potential work of a tenant, it's a load easier to look after a tenant easily, well managed, get a system and process in place than it is to constantly be trying to flip houses. Try it a different way.
All right. If you found that video useful, if you liked it, please click like, subscribe, leave a comment. tell us that we're fools, or tell us if you agree. Let us know what you think. Also, we've got a webinar coming up soon. There's a link for that. If you just want to book a call to have a chat with us or just join our community, it's all down below in the description. All right.
Bye for now.
Thanks a lot.